Greetings, Inquisitor. I'm pleased you found this holocron. This is update 29, the 29th week of the Darth Loquitur account. Every week I show all of my progress, characters, levels, gear tiers, everything I'm doing with the account so people can follow along and see what I'm doing. Got some good progress this week. Got some new artwork as well. Got the lightsaber artwork going on, so right here at the start of the video, if you haven't already, pull out your lightsaber, kill that like button, slash it, smash it, get it out of here, and then let's get started, see what we've got. First things first, Grand Moff Tarkin is our target for our next Relic character. We want to do that to make the Executrix good and stay ahead in fleets. We're also going to take a look at some of his skills to see if there's anything here that I want to invest in. I really don't want to put Zetas on him, but there is an Omega here that could potentially help him in combat. That'll also help the ship just a tiny bit. So we go ahead and put that on him. For other characters, we've got a stun gun, and that gets us access to level up a lot of different characters. But we really want this Kenobi to be moving up gear tiers. So even though it pains me to do so, I'm going to put that stun gun on Kenobi, and he needs a second stun gun still. But I want to commit that to him, and next week we'll try to get that second stun gun and get another Carbonti and be able to take him up a gear tier. Really important that we keep gearing him up. He's a key part of that Padme team, and right now he's pretty strong for, a 5-star character with low gear, but we definitely need to get him tankier. Moff Gideon is in a position to gear up, but he's missing something somewhere. So there's some duplicate gear, like he needs 2 stun cuffs and we only got 1, something like that. So we can promote him, though. We can give him his 6th star. We've been working on him a little bit in the Cantina. We got him his 6th star. Kenobi, we can get him his 6th star as well, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Again, we're looking at some skills here. We've got a couple Omegas in the bank, need to save up for Zetas, but just checking to see if there's anything that's really worthwhile. All right, Piet gets his 6th star. That's good. We're on the home stretch with him. 92 shards left to go. Bosk, we got exactly to 100. So that's nice. We get him to 7 stars. And now we're done farming that Bosk node for a while. And that frees us up to try to select a different hard node that we can work on. We do need Dooku as well. We need to keep working on him. He's part of the C requirements. So Dooku goes up a gear tier. Then we're just looking this over to try to see, are there any other characters? And we do have this Jango Fett. And we're going to go ahead and put another gear tier on him. He's part of our Bounty Hunter defensive team. So making him good is good for the account. Looking at Tarkin, we do want to relic him. And we've already got 4 out of the 6 pieces ready to go. We only need 8 of those med packs. And we just need some of those Mark 12 data pads here, and we've got everything else. It's I was planning to do it like 3 weeks from now, but I'm going to go ahead and lock this gear in because we've already got it. And I had been farming a bunch of this fleet requirement stuff during the week, so knowing that we got that far is pretty surprising to me. I wasn't hoarding and planning that, but we're pretty close to relic level on Tarkin already. So we may relic him far ahead of schedule. We really got to put some focus on those stun guns and continue to develop the rest of these characters. But yeah, going well toward our next relic. That did use up a lot of our rare gear, though, with the guys that we leveled up this week. So we went from a ton of green pluses to a lot of empty spaces. So we'll get that restocked. We're only 4 shards away on this Hound's Tooth. I really was hoping to get it the 6th star for the ship itself, but no such luck this week. In mods, we did get a few good mods. We focused mostly on crit chance. And here we get a 13 speed crit chance. It's got two stats that are kind of defensive with the tenacity and the defense, but it's got good speed. So we invest in that. Here we got one with offense, flat offense, crit chance, and speed. This is pretty much the mod. These are the four stats that you want on any crit chance mod like this. Unfortunately, we hit the flat offense twice. Even so, it's not a bad mod. I wish we'd have hit the percent defense or the speed instead, but that's really good. Those are the four best stats you could ask for. Here we got a good offense main stat mod with crit chance and speed. It's got some defensive stats on it, which isn't so good. And then we hit the defensive stats on all the slices. So that's a very disappointing mod, but it's still main offense, and triangles are a little harder to get, so we accept a little bit. So then I got this mod that I decided to invest in some slices. It got 2 speed hits right off the bat, but then it was a little bit disappointing with those 2 slices. Redeemed itself with the third one. We got to 11 speed. Here's another crit chance diamond that we hit speed on right away. Went to 10 speed. It has crit chance and offense, so 3 good stats. We get it up to 15 speed, and then we hit the flat offense. Still not a bad mod. I'll go through the rest of the mod stuff, all of the wasted mods in the mod update video. I'll do that separately again, do a separate mod clinic. I'm just showing the good ones in here. So we get a 7-speed triangle. And so that's the extent of the good mods I got. One good double-digit speed, one that's like 11 with 3 hits in it, which is not that good, but better than nothing. We did invest in the Slave 1 early on, and we got it unlocked. We've got it potentially up to 6 stars now. So I think the time has come to go ahead and level this thing up and put some skills on it and make it a more effective ship for our fleet, because we've already got it. We already have 20,000 galactic power sunk into it, and it's not going to increase our galactic power that much to work on it. So we work on it a little bit. Boba Fett's gear is limiting what we can do for that skill. And then we get this skill up to 7. We're going to get this skill, I think, up to 6, and then it's going to require the rare materials, and we're not willing to invest the rare materials in here yet. We are going to use it as a reinforcement, though, most likely. So it makes sense to give it a level 3 reinforcement ability. I do have enough of these reinforcement materials that I feel okay about spending them on this Slave 1. It does get a pretty good reinforced skill that comes in tanky, and then I think it gets critical hit immunity for a couple turns, which is a pretty big deal. So we look through some other ships here. Plo's ship we haven't looked at in a while. We can upgrade this skill, so we go ahead and do that, but then Plo is again limiting us. And that's the progress for the account for the week. If we take a look at the status, week 29, we're up to 1.143 million galactic power. That's 30,000, an even 30,000 above where we were last week, so that's pretty good. We didn't relic another character. We have a Zeta, but we didn't apply it this week. I'm kind of saving up the Zetas to see where my next team is going. My Kylo Ren needs it. I need Vader's leadership at some point. So I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put that Zeta next. Depending on if I build the Mon Mothma team here in the next few weeks, then I will want 2 Zetas for the Mon Mothma. So I'm going to save those up and see if I have room for that extra galactic power before the next GAC starts. So once we finish out this GAC, I'll manage my galactic power before the next round, and we'll see if we have room for that. And if we do, that's where we'll put the 2 Zetas. So we're kind of going to sit on them for a couple weeks and see where we go with that. My Padme team is still getting top 100 when I can play. I don't get to climb every day, so I don't always get the top 100, but I do get to climb in fleets and routinely getting top 5. Usually second or third. There's a day here and there where I can get first, so that's good. The project is still to Relic Tarkin 3 weeks out, but I mean, it's looking good that if I put a little effort in it, I'll have him Relic next week. So I probably would just go ahead and do that and then just start working on stun guns. So I'm surprised at how fast this account is relicing characters. It's I think ahead of the pace that I would have expected, which is good. It's fun stuff. Next week, again, we finished out the Bosk farm on his node. We're just going to replace that straight up with Krennic because we need to start farming him as part of the C requirements. So Queel, Piet, Krennic, and Django. And then stun guns or the relics. I've only got a couple pieces that I need for that relic on Tarkin, so I'll finish that relic out and then I'll work on stun guns. In fleet, still working on Anakin's ship and Enfys Nest. And on hard node day, I'm farming the Grief Karga for my bounty hunter team. He's okay right now. I'm not trying to get him to 7 stars right away, but I do farm him on some days, on spend energy day and on hard node day. For Cantina, we're going to continue working on signal data and swap between that and getting Gideon all the way up to 7 stars. For mods, we're working on crit chance mods. And right now, with the good fleet placement, I can get 3 mod, 3 energy, and 3 fleet refreshes a day. And then sometimes 1 or 2 Cantina refreshes on top of that. So I've got pretty good crystal income right now. Getting about 500 a day between squad and fleet and quests. So that's good stuff. In the fleet store, we bought all of the Darth Maul that we need. We can get him to 7 star anytime we want. I didn't do it this week. Again, I'm managing my galactic power going into the next Grand Arena round, and I don't really need Darth Maul yet. So, sometime when I have spare room for galactic power, I'll go ahead and boost him up and get him going. But we're done farming him out of the fleet store, so I'm going to start working on that Clone Sergeant's Arc 170. That is a ship that we're going to want for our negotiator fleet as a reinforcement. I've got it at 5 stars, and I don't want to farm it out of the fleet hard node, so I'll just go ahead and start picking up shards here and there out of the fleet store, fleet arena store. And then anything else we have left over, we work on Zeta materials. For everything else, I've got the Phoenix farmed out to the extent that we've got, I think, everything but Kanan out of the shops that we can build. We've got Ezra Bridger all the way to 7 stars. So when I've got Kanan closer, and remember, I'm trying out of the squad arena, I'm buying prestige every day. So 600 of my squad arena currency goes toward prestige every single day, which makes Kanan more of a slow farm. I'm only getting 2 or 3 buys on him during the week, maybe 4 if I get good arena placement. But we'll build him up slowly over time. Once we finish Gideon out to 7 stars, then we'll pick up Harrison Dula. And then once she's at 7 stars, we can unlock the Palpatine and the Thrawn, get them both into the account up and running. So I do want to get that Gideon to 7 stars just because there are events where you have to have 7-star characters to participate. So we do need to get the Gideon up to 7 stars so he can jump in with the troopers and participate in those events. So that's the plan going forward. Some good progress this week. I think really surprised at how far along we are on Tarkin. And I think getting that Kenobi up a gear tier and getting more stun guns. We're just going to be farming stun guns now for a while to try to get more of these characters up to that middle part. And build into our next team if we can for the next round of Grand Arena. It would be great to have that Mon Mothma up and functional at a decent level. If we can get her up and running, then it presents the opponents with a challenge because the Mon Mothma team and the Geonosian team share some traits with all of the attacks out of turn and how they function. And people often have a Geo counter or can easily kill the Geos with their Vader. However, if you've also got a Mon Mothma team, then whatever is good against your Geos is the same thing that's good against Mon Mothma. And it's a way to stretch your opponent's defenses out if it's possible to put both of them on defense. And that would leave me, potentially the option for Padme as a defensive team, the Geos, Mon Mothma, and then those bounty hunters as a defensive team when I can afford to, let's say, put a smaller team on defense. So getting some teams built up. Again, we'll see how the galactic power goes. If relicing that Tarkin, puts us higher in galactic power than we want, then we may have to hold off on starting them on Mothma until after we start the next round of Grand Arena. That's the update for this week. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. Remember to hit that like saber on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can see more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next holocron.